hold on. What were you just doing?
I was doing the mach.
Is that when? What was that? What was her name? Sharpay.
And Evan, and they do like, I don't even know what the words are.
When was the last time you saw that movie?
A long time ago.
High School Musical. I think I've only seen High School Musical and High School Musical 2. Yeah. I haven't seen the third one.
Third one's pretty lit.
So if you guys haven't seen our TikTok, we did a TikTok not that long ago where I watched Camp Rock for the first time. And I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's never seen Camp Rock. Who is this kid? I have never seen it because I didn't really watch those. You
didn't have a sister.
Yeah.
Which is perfect because we're about to segue into
this
our
whole
childhood.
Thing. Yeah. So this, as you guys read from the title, this episode is about our childhood and everything. But I do want to talk about the High School Musical situation. On TikTok, just watch Camp Rock and then Camp Rock 2.
Yes, we did. I haven't edited that yet, though.
So you guys know for now that there's a Camp Rock 2 reaction coming out soon. I will say the reaction wasn't as great as Camp Rock 1 because Camp Rock 1 is way better than Camp Rock 2 and nobody can ever change my mind about that.
I agree. I think
Camp Rock 2 was just not it. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, Steven's over here.
I'm a movie critic. I've seen like so many movies.
Okay, whatever.
I'm a professional movie critic. I've seen a couple movies or two.
Yeah.
Or 3. High School Musical, I can't remember it. I haven't seen that ever since it like actually came out.
Yeah, we definitely need to rewatch it.
Troy and Vanessa are the protagonists.
No, her name's not Vanessa in the movie.
Her name is Vanessa Hudgens in real life, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember her name at all then.
Gabrielle.
Troy
and Gabriella.
Gabriella.
Yeah.
Those are two
What is it? Gabrielle or Gabriella?
I think it's Gabriella. That doesn't even sound like a word anymore or like a name. I can't remember what High School Musical 2 is about, and I have no clue what High School Musical 3 is about. So we have to watch all 3 of those pretty soon. I still can't get over how Camp Rock was just horrible. It was like the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
It's Gabriella.
Okay. Did we already talk, or did we even say that like this is about our childhood?
We kind of did, but not really.
Okay. Well, I can't remember what episode this is.
Episode 12.
Is it?
I think so.
Cool. Yeah, episode 12 is about our childhood and how different it was. Most people don't know that. Well, yeah, people don't really know about our childhood that
I feel
much.
like we don't really, like we've never sat down and talked about it.
Yeah, so I think this, I thought I wasn't recording. I think this is the perfect time to do so. So Madeline on her Instagram, if you guys want to follow her Instagram, it's down in the description below. Oh my gosh. She asked a question. You say it because I don't even know what you did.
I asked a question on Instagram, seeing what you guys wanted to know about our childhood, basically.
And so we're going to answer some of your questions about our childhood.
Yeah. So the first thing that's like kind of different about us is that I grew up in a neighborhood that was a gated community, and it had like
amenities, golf courses.
Yeah, the
public pool
house, or the clubhouse. You could eat there. Like, yeah. So I was able to have that, and you grew up on
a dairy.
Yeah,
350-acre dairy with a cemetery in the back.
Oh my gosh!
Ooh, scary.
Okay, you need to explain that because
I don't know how. But I don't know. So this house that I lived in from like 3 to 9 years old had a cemetery in the back. I don't know if that was on our property or if it was like right next to our property or whatever. But they had like headstones from like early 1800s, which was like really cool. Yeah. Especially like whenever we were young, we'd be like, oh my gosh, these are so old.
Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly. Yeah, I grew up on a dairy my whole life. Well, that's not true. Part of my life, but I always lived on like a lot of land, and so I didn't really have neighbors until I was like 12 years old. But then I only lived like with neighbors for 2 or 3 years maybe, and then I moved back to the dairy. So we're gonna start out with Madeline's childhood first.
So one of the questions that we got was, have you ever moved before, and if so, how many times? And I would say I've never moved, which I did whenever I was 3 and under, because my mom, I think we were like 9 months old or something, and my mom had burned her house down.
It sounds bad that I'm laughing at that.
Yeah,
She
was, I guess my dad and her were going on a date or something that night, and she was cooking shrimp and started a grease fire on accident. Had to like put me and Drew out on the patio, and then the neighbors came over. And
so you don't remember that?
Yeah, I don't remember that. So when that happened, we moved into an apartment for a little bit, and that's actually where I took my first steps at the age of 9 months old.
Did you get it on video?
No, but I'm pretty sure there's pictures of it, and I was wearing a cheerleader outfit. I can see it right now. And then
do you remember it? Do you remember taking your first steps and being like, whoa, that was insane?
Yeah. So I was 9 months old when we first moved one time. And then we moved into a house that we rented, I think, for like a year or two, maybe, in that same neighborhood that we lived in.
Yeah.
Or that I lived in whenever I was.
I visited that one time, right? Like on a golf cart or something? Was that the one with your handprints in it? In the driveway?
So this is a different one. But this house was also in that same neighborhood. After we moved out of that, we found a house that my parents bought. And
you lived in 3 different houses in that?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. So then Steven's talking about this house that we lived in that actually had a putt-putt course in the back. But when we moved out, they turned it into a pool. And so we have like a little slab that's still there to this day. Like we went and looked at it probably like a year ago, and it has all of our handprints like in their driveway, and they just have like a little bench over it, which I think is kind of cute that they haven't destroyed it yet.
That would be cute. Like if we went there in the middle of the night and stole that piece of concrete slab.
Yeah, they can hear us like chiseling it out.
Yeah. We'll do it by hand. Like
we should ask them. We should say, hey, can we take this piece of slab and we'll put new in for you?
I think that would look horrible because of like the discoloration and everything.
Yeah. So we lived in that house, and then I guess I think we were like 3 when we lived there, because that was when that's the house that Drew escaped with no clothes on, and my parents couldn't find him for a little bit, and a neighbor found him.
So
you don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that story at all.
Apparently again, I do not remember this. This is just me retelling a story that my parents have told us. But apparently I was napping with my mom and my brother. So my mom thought was napping with my dad. And my dad thought my mom had both of us. So there for a little bit, Drew was unaccounted for. And he was outside on the golf course.
How many people were living with you at that time?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But by people, he means my siblings. And we'll get into that question in just a second.
I think that's like the next question.
We don't have just like actual people living there. So Drew was out on the golf course naked, and basically our neighbor got him. So luckily the neighbor knew him.
Yeah.
And he was okay. Terrified my parents. Then, actually, the lock is apparently still at the house. They put like a lock high up that like we couldn't reach. Yeah, and apparently it's still there.
Whenever we have kids, we should. I think we should do that.
Yeah, for sure. Have locks like super high up.
Yeah.
And so we lived in that house, and then we moved whenever I was about 3 into the house that I stayed in until I was 18. So I really classify myself as moving never.
When did you move? Did you move out when you were 18 or 19?
Well, I went to college, so I would kind of count that as moving out. But I think I was 19.
Okay.
Because
when you
my
got
parents,
your apartment.
Yeah, my parents listed the house like 2 months after we graduated high school. So we were probably 18, 19.
I see.
Yeah. But I would never say I really moved, because I didn't really experience that in my childhood, at least.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember all those houses. I do have some memories here and there of those houses, but they're so like not
vague and like it's not really detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I moved. Okay, so I think I moved like 6 times or 6 or 7 times. I don't know how many times I moved before I was 3. Mom, Dad, if you guys are listening, I have no idea why we moved so many times. It wasn't crazy, but it was just like, I don't know. It was like every 4 or 5 years or so, we would be like, okay,
we're out of here.
Let's go somewhere else. But it was cool. Kind of a cool experience getting to move and like having a different house because like not many people get to have that experience. Like, oh, I lived in however many. But so
like I lived in my house for 15 years.
Yeah, and it was super sad when you had to move
15,
out because you're like, I spent 15 years of my life
this
here.
is my child. Like that was literally my childhood.
So whenever
house.
I moved out, I really didn't have that attachment like you did. It wasn't as sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was, really sad seeing like the house completely empty.
Yeah, and you're like, it's so weird.
Like I had so many memories there.
That's going to be weird at like whenever we sell our house.
Mm-hmm. Because it's our first house together.
We even said that the other day. I think we got out of the shower or something, and I was like, dude, we're like not going to live here one day. Like at all, ever. Which like really weirds me out. Unless we like choose to stay here forever.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
We're already outgrowing our house and we don't even have kids yet.
Yeah. We're like, we want a bigger house.
Yeah.
But it's like the worst time to ever
buy a house. We're so thankful for the house that we have right now, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just we had to move the podcast studio here because
office,
we had no room.
I could not imagine still being in my office.
I feel like we're a lot more happier here. Like having the space open.
It does just change everything.
Besides when you leave stuff and have to drive.
Okay, so before we started filming this, I left to go back home twice.
Oh, I don't even think you mentioned what we got. Yeah.
I don't even know if... Okay, so if you guys listened to our last episode, we talked about this buzzing noise that would happen randomly. Ever since we started our podcast, it has happened. We think it's because we were recording our audio into a computer, into a software. So we bought an external recorder. This is a Zoom H6, if you guys are wondering. We did actually just talk about, I think we want to do a podcast tour one day, but we got to finish painting and stuff or do something with that because it doesn't look that great. But hopefully, if there are any buzzing, I don't know what we're gonna do.
So it's like a little static noise, but we're trying to do trial and error to see. We're hoping this is the fix. Hopefully that's the last thing we have to buy for the podcast. We've spent way too much money, but it's fun and it's a project. It's keeping us busy, so I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, and so we're hoping that that's the fix. Not completely sure. So anyway, Steven needed headphones so he could hear it. So he drove all the way home.
Got headphones, came back. He was like, okay, audio's good. Let's start recording. I go to press that button up there to start recording. The button was grayed out. And I was like, oh no. And I'm looking at Madeline because we've already been here for so long, like just setting everything up. And I look at her and said, I forgot one more thing. So I had to drive home again and grab an SSD. An SSD is a solid state drive. So I'm just kidding. Basically, I forgot the memory card. It's like a big 1 terabyte memory card that goes on top of this external recorder on top of the camera.
It's like one of the main things.
And I forgot it. Like without that, I can't record anything.
Which was fine. When he drove home, I edited a TikTok. And then when he got back and had to leave again, I went live on Instagram.
And of course, like when I almost got home, there was like a car accident, like several blocks away from our house. So I had to turn around and go a different way, which just added to the drive. So we've probably been here for an hour and a half.
Yeah. And just now we're recording.
Yeah. So I don't even know how long, 13 minutes into this. And we've already been here for an hour and a half. Anyways.
So if we sound tired, that's why.
That's why. Because we've been moving. And I played a lot of Lego Star Wars today. So
you did. You actually did.
I was getting mad at myself. I was like, okay, I have to beat this because I can't just save it. You can't do it. So we were trying to leave to come here and film.
And I was just sitting around waiting.
I was like, Madeline, I am so sorry. I have to beat this game. Lego Star Wars.
It was a Lego game.
Okay.
Talking about moving, you moved a lot. And
I lived on a dairy from 3 to 9 years old. I have a lot of memories in that house. So that house was built in 1940s, somewhere around there. And grew up on a dairy, super fun, got to drive 4-wheelers all the time. We had like a volleyball court in the back. So I'm so lucky that my dad is like a handyman. like he does everything. Like if I ever have a question on anything, I'm just like, okay, yeah, let me call my dad, and he'll come over and help. Very thankful for him. So we had so many like cool things growing up. We had 4-wheelers. We had a shed with more 4-wheelers and mowing equipment. We had.
Didn't he make like ramps and stuff for y'all?
Yeah, out of dirt. My dad, like, he had a skid steer loader, which is like I don't know how to explain it. But anyways, it was like he was able to like maneuver sand and dirt and stuff. It like made us 4-wheeler ramps and stuff. So cool. Like, growing up in a dairy was awesome. And I got to help feed the cows too. And you could kind of grow like a personal relationship with these cows.
I had never been up close with the cow until I like met you.
Which is so crazy because that was like my life. Like,
I'm sure here and there I like saw a cow at like a petting zoo or something.
And you're like, oh, a cute little cow.
Yeah, I'd never been up close.
But what was so cool in kindergarten, my mom was a teacher. Or no, my mom wasn't a teacher when I was in kindergarten because she just had Matthew. And so one of our like school, like what field trip, yeah. One of our field trips was at my parents' dairy. And so like we like would go up to the dairy and I would just basically get a free day off because it was like, that's where I lived. Yeah. And so I don't know. It was just really cool. And it was just like weird seeing your dad be the person like everybody's staring at. Yeah. And I'm like, this is so weird.
This is what we do here.
And like we took a tour of not the whole dairy, but a lot of it. And it was cool. So we moved out of that house when I was 9. And then we moved into a rental house. And I'm trying to think because I don't want to give away like where it was. So we moved away from the town that we were living in, but we were like right on the border of our town. And so it was funny because whenever they were looking at houses, I thought like I was going to have to change schools. And I was like, I don't want to move schools. It was like scary for me. Anyways, we moved into this rental house and I had a pond in the backyard where I could fish. It was like a 2-acre lot. It had like a huge storage shed that's where we kept our boat and motorcycles. That's when I got my first dirt bike. And then I got traumatized from the dirt bike and it was really scary because I like almost, I can't say that.
Yourself.
Yeah. And then after that, we moved to, this is like the first time I ever get a neighbor. We moved one more time and back into our old town. And I had a neighbor like 150, 200 feet away from me, which is far away because you lived houses like where you lived. It was like
8 feet
house. Yeah. And so I had to like actually walk quite a bit to go to my friend's house. But did you say this earlier? Like, where your friend? We tried filming this before. We had to re-record.
It was a disaster.
Just not it.
So we're re-recording. I did mention that in the last one, so I'll get to that in a little bit.
So basically, I had to walk quite a bit. And then I wasn't old enough to drive yet. I was like 14, 15, but I had a truck and I would walk over. Never mind.
Yeah.
I would drive a couple doors down. Like, nobody's going to get me in trouble for this. I just drove a couple doors down.
You're going to get arrested now at the age of 22.
The police break in. We finally got him.
Yeah.
Put your hands up.
I would not suggest driving if you do not have
a license.
Yeah.
Mine was on a back road, so.
And the country.
I was in the country, man. Anyways, that's another thing. This is totally off topic. This is my pass. Earlier today, we were talking about mowing. Madeline has never mowed in her life.
No,
and I started mowing when I was 10 years old. So we want to do a video teaching my wife how to mow. And I think it would be so fun. I want to see you out there pushing that lawnmower, weed eating, the whole 9 yards, pulling weeds.
I might end up liking it. I don't know. My dad loves mowing, so.
It's kind of a little escape.
Yeah.
Like you're just in your own thoughts and you're just pushing around this.
I don't want to do it. Let's do it next spring. Because now
you don't want to do it when it's hot,
degrees.
But then I have to do it outside alone.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
I do other stuff.
Like, what do you do, Madeline?
I do the dishes when you're cleaning or when you're out there. I clean up. I do our laundry.
So did we already talk about that in the last episode?
Yeah,
okay.
we did.
Never mind. I was gonna say the whole thing over again.
Yeah, no, we did. But going back to like how I grew up, I was in a gated community. And so we could like walk to the pool. We rode our bikes around, and I would just meet up with my friends all throughout my childhood. Like we would all just meet up and hang out.
That's crazy. And like you guys could take golf carts to each other's houses.
And like I would walk to my friend's house. We'd like cut through people's backyards, like, which again, I would not suggest doing that nowadays, but this was also 15 years ago.
You're old,
Ew.
Madeline.
Ew.
I was thinking about like next year, you're going to be like 20 years ago, you were 5.
Ew. That
freaks you out?
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's weird.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But so I would like do that. And I actually, my best friend growing up, we're still really good friends now, but her parents were divorced, and my house was literally right in the middle. So her mom lived up this way on the street, and then her dad lived down the street, and I was like the perfect halfway point. So I'd like see her all the time walking to her dad's, and like most kids, I'm sure you had friends growing up that like when they went to their dad's house, they didn't get to hang out with their friends because their dad lived
so far away,
40 minutes away or 4 hours away.
So she lucked out that her parents were close.
Yeah. So when she was at her dad's for the weekend, I still got to see her.
Yeah.
Or her dad's for the week. I think she was weekly. Like her dad had her for a week. Her mom had her for a week.
Which is also good because they're right there.
Yeah. And like, yeah, it was a really good situation.
Even
for
so,
her.
if she forgot something at her mom's house, she could just go up there, grab it.
Yeah. I feel like that was probably, I mean, I don't want to speak for her.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak for her. But so I was super lucky that my best friend, I was right in the middle. So, and she would just walk. I would see her walking to her dad's house, walking to her mom's house.
That's crazy. Yeah. So in order for me to have friends come over, we had actually have to like call instead of just like showing up because I lived like 15 minutes away from everybody. Oh yeah. I never finished my story about how I was moving. I've still moved several times after this house. So after I illegally drove to my friend's house, we moved again. We moved back to the dairy, but inside of like a little trailer. It was like a double wide trailer house. And that was on the dairy. So we didn't have to pay rent because it was my dad's. So, so the reason why we moved in that trailer house is because my parents, while we were in New Mexico for a vacation, my dad was a volunteer fireman. And so they planned on burning to the ground on purpose our old house that I lived from when I was 3 to 9 on the dairy. And so they burnt that house down, and the firemen used it to practice, just in case there was like it was a live fire. So they actually got to train with a live fire too, which is cool. Which was lucky for them because like how often do you get to train in like a real burning building?
Yeah,
unless they have like controlled burns in like some buildings. Anyways, they burn that house down and then they start building it up. And I lived in that double wide trailer house for a year and a half, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it was like 6 months to like a year or something like that. And then once that house got built up, it was like...
How old were you?
14.
14,
15.
And you lived there with your mom, dad, and brother. So it's 4 of y'all in that trailer.
And Fred and Jack.
Oh my gosh, yeah. They're big dogs too.
Were big
they
dogs,
weigh
like,
more than me.
Over 100, like over 100 pounds.
Maybe they don't weigh more than me.
They did.
They
do. Still. Well, Jack does. We had to put Fred down.
It was a couple months ago.
3 months ago, maybe.
Yeah, it was a couple months ago.
Yeah, he's gone. Anyways,
babe,
he was a good boy.
You just moved on from that so fast. I was so sad.
I know.
Little Fredster.
Well, I did grow up on a dairy and knew like animals die, and so it was
so sad.
easier for me to move on. Anyways, let's stop talking about my dead dog. So we moved into this house, and then I lived there until I was 18, and then we moved out together.
Yep.
So that's how I moved.
Nice.
I moved around 6 times, I think.
Yeah, you moved a lot, and you were old enough to like understand.
I had to help move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did not.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really sad.
What?
Like moving out.
Moving out of your house. Yeah, because you lived there for 15 years.
I remember I actually did a YouTube video being like, my last time to brush my teeth in this house.
That's
Last
so
time
crazy.
to make my bed in this house. Like, oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So we have another question. How many siblings do you have, Madeline?
Okay, so my parents met about 25 years ago, and they had previous marriages before.
Well, they didn't
that.
meet 25 years ago. They probably met before.
Oh, they
that.
got married.
Yeah, they got married
25
25 years ago.
Yeah, so they had previous marriages before they met, and my mom had 2 boys, and then my dad had a boy and a girl, and that's Jared. Jared and Brandon were my mom's. Jody and Sam were my dad's.
Yeah.
And so when they got married, they had a blended family, and so Jared and Sam were actually the same age. So they were in the same grades together, which they had like a little buddy the whole time.
Yeah.
And then Jody and Brandon was, I think, like 2 years older than Jody, maybe.
I think so.
And so they kind of like knew each other too, but it was a boy and a girl dynamic. It's not the same.
So like, yeah, they're not going to hang out all the time.
Jared and Sam were more of like the best buddies. They had the same friend group and all of that. And then
played sports together, everything.
Yeah. So then my parents, they had me and Drew. I am a twin. And yeah, Drew's a boy. So it was a boy-girl twin.
Did you like having a twin?
I did.
I think that's one of our questions.
It is. Yeah. We might as well talk about it now. But I did like being a twin. I think because we were boy-girl, there really wasn't a lot of competition between us, but I could definitely see how like having a girl twin or a boy twin, you're constantly comparing yourselves.
Having to one up.
Yeah, because like Drew playing baseball, yeah, he's probably going to be very good at it. I don't have to be good at baseball. I feel like I'm just using sports as an example, but I just feel like since we were different genders, it was different.
We
didn't really compete.
And because we even talk about like if we have twins, we would, future kids, if you guys are listening to this and you happen to be twins, doesn't matter what gender you are, we love you for whoever, but we would prefer, right now, we prefer boy-girl twins.
Because
we
of
don't
the whole
want
competing.
that. Yeah, we don't want them to always trying to fight each other, trying to one up each other.
Another thing too is like our friend groups. Like Drew obviously was friends with all the guys, and I had all the girls. I didn't have to fight my sister for my
You're spending way
friends.
too much time with him. Like, why don't you want to hang out with me?
Yeah. So I actually did enjoy being a twin. But So I didn't even say this, but we have a blended family. So my brothers and sister are all half brother and sisters. Brothers and sister.
Yeah.
And then Drew is my blood real.
Yeah.
Because we either share the same dad or same mom with my other siblings.
Yeah. You and Drew share the same parents.
Yeah. But Jody and Sam and Jared and Brandon are step siblings.
Yes.
But they're my half siblings. And then me and Drew are full siblings. What would you call that? I guess full siblings.
Just siblings, I think.
I don't know. So that's our blended family. It's really difficult. We have a lot of kids.
And it was hard for me, like whenever I came into the picture, to like learn everybody.
Mm-hmm, and who was who.
I got Jared and Brandon always mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't say their names to their face for a long time because I was scared I was going to mess it up. So I was like, hey, like, what's up? How are you? Yeah. It took me a long time.
So it was crazy growing up in a big household, and you on the flip side only had two of you.
I just had one brother, a 5-year difference, so it wasn't really like that crazy. Like we fought like brothers do because I was always 5 years older. Like, oh, I'm a stupid
annoying.
little brother. Yeah.
My little brother's annoying.
But now we're good.
Yeah,
He grew up.
I was
so.
the young.
You
I
were
was
the
the baby
youngest.
sister, so I feel like everyone was so protective over
I was the
me.
oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question. What was your most hated rule in your household?
I don't even think I've really had a rule.
I'm
that
trying to
sounds
think.
bad. My parents, so another question is, was our parents strict?
Yeah.
And honestly, my parents were not, but they were parents, not our friends, but they were our friendly parents.
I would say the same thing
Does that make sense?
I would say the same thing about my parents too. Cause like they were the parent figure in my life. Like they were parents when they needed to be, but they were also friends to me.
Yeah.
too.
Like I felt safe telling them stuff. And if I got in trouble at school, I wasn't terrified to come tell my parents.
Yeah.
Because I know friends who are terrified if they get a D on a paper. They were so scared of their parents finding out. Luckily, my parents like understood a bad day, or they understood, oh, you didn't do your homework. What was happening last night? Like, but then again, I guess I also cared a lot.
Like I didn't get in trouble if I obviously failed like so bad, then yeah.
But
like
if you were showing signs of not trying, that's when my parents would be
exactly
like,
what I
hey.
was going to say. Because they were like, look, I noticed you tried and that's okay. You tried. Like you did try.
Yeah, but some parents, like if a kid did try and still got a D on it.
You're not good enough.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't say that to them, but it's what it feels like.
But it's terrifying to tell your parents like, oh my gosh, I got a D on this paper. Or,
they're going to be so mad at me.
Yeah. And there's like other things too. I mean, my parents, again, they were definitely parents. I'm sure we had rules, but I don't really remember but I also think us as kids, like all of us growing up, we wanted to do good for our parents. So we didn't really do bad things.
Yeah.
I don't know, unless my siblings did, and I'm very blindsided, and I was just a goody two shoes.
Yeah, so I really wouldn't say we had rules, but we had chores. Like we got to help out around the house. I'm glad that we did have chores though, because then like I wouldn't know how to do anything. I know some people in my life that were my friends who never had to do laundry until they were in college.
Actually, talking about my best friend, I think we were 16. And we got our first jobs at our clubhouse in our neighborhood. And so she had to come to work, or her shirt was dirty. So she threw it in the wash, put a full cup of laundry detergent in there with one shirt.
Oh, no. And that smell.
She came to work and it was so strong. And I was like, what'd you do? And she was like, I washed my shirt. And I was like, how much laundry detergent did you put? Oh my
gosh.
So like she at 16 did not know how to like properly do laundry because her parents always did it.
Yeah, I think,
which is okay, but I also think in some ways, I think I started doing my laundry, which is okay. Like I'm not bashing my mom or dad or whatever.
Yeah.
I think I was like 12 doing my own laundry.
I think that's a good thing. I think everybody should learn how to do laundry because whenever you get older, you're going to have to do it anyways.
Going off to college, like you don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I started doing it when I was in middle school.
Yeah. So if you guys are a little bit younger and your parents, and you notice, my parents are doing my laundry and stuff, you should try to pitch in. It would help them. It would make them be like, whoa.
And
you're trying, you're doing your own laundry now? What?
You do have to know secrets and stuff about not mixing reds with whites and stuff like that. So you do need to learn about it from your parents probably.
And what to dry and what not to dry and stuff.
Yeah. So it is definitely a learning experience. But I feel like if you were in there with your parents, hey, I want to learn how to do this. Can you teach me? I'm sure they would be like, heck yeah, I'll teach you. Here's how to fold a shirt.
Yeah. I learned.
It just reminded me of something, but
go ahead.
I was going to say my mom, she would make games out of sorting socks. So we had a big tub of socks after laundry, and she would pour it all out and she would be like, all right, everyone, let's see who can get the most pairs of socks. And then it was
Which
really
is so
just
smart.
So she didn't have to do it.
That's so smart.
And we would all be like,
we're going to learn these games once we get older and have kids, and we're going to take advantage of those. I think we need to teach our kids how to do laundry, how to do dishes, how to do their own taxes.
I actually saw a mom on TikTok who makes a game out of putting the groceries away.
Yeah.
And because the kid is also learning about the food, and it's just a learning thing.
Yeah.
Here, go put the pasta sauce in the pantry. Well, now she knows what pasta sauce is and knows what a pantry is.
Yeah.
And the mom was going to have to do that anyway. So why not make it a learning experience?
Exactly.
So I thought that was a really neat idea.
Yeah.
But then again, there's also times where it's just it's easier for you to get it done.
Yeah.
Kind of like the laundry. I'm sure I can see some parents being like, I don't have time to teach you. Just throw it in there. Because some people's lives are super busy.
Yeah. Everybody's life is different. We, I'm trying to think of all this stuff. Every Sunday was a cleaning, or every Saturday or Sunday, one of the two were cleaning days. And that's stuff that I try to implement now. but I forget. And it's also a little bit Madeline's fault too.
I don't like cleaning.
I love cleaning, which is so weird.
I'm going to be out of town here in a little bit for like 5 days. And Steven was like, I can't wait to clean the house.
Like I will get to deep clean the house. I'll be able to deep clean it and it be clean for 5 days.
I clean when I need to. Like it's not bad. Our house is not bad.
What if I was gone for 5 days?
I would clean. I wouldn't just.
Okay.
And by cleaning, I also mean like picking up shirts. Like I'm not like a slob. I don't just leave chocolate sauce spilled on the counter.
Yeah.
Like I'll clean that up.
Yeah.
I don't know where chocolate sauce came from. I don't think we've had that in like so long.
I'm trying to think. Also, another thing that we had growing up was like a chore jar. So like there were chores that needed to be done. We would have like them in like a glass, not a glass bottle, but it would be in a bottle. We'd look away, grab one. Whatever we grab, we get to do it. Did you have that?
No, I just thought of something. But you keep going.
Okay. So and some of the chore jars was like rest, no chore. I think one of them was like that. But yeah, I grew up doing laundry, dishes, mowing. That's another thing. We get a mow. Did we already talk about mowing in this?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was one thing, pulling weeds. We'd pull weeds all the time. Like out in the front yard in the garden.
I don't know if this was the episode that you said you wanted to do a YouTube video. That might have been
I can't remember.
It's so hard. We just filmed like probably 15 minutes on the last one and don't really remember.
So I can't remember. But basically, I want to do a YouTube video with Madeline showing her how to do all this mowing and stuff because she's never done it.
Yeah.
I want to show her how to weed eat, mow, and pull weeds.
Mm-hmm. Sorry if we're repeating ourselves.
Yeah,
we're not sure.
because we literally have no clue.
Yeah. You unlocked a memory on my brain or in my brain.
Let's hear it.
So me and Drew, we were the babies and my parents, they took, I guess it was like their last kids in their mind that they let us do not whatever we wanted, but you
got away with some stuff.
No, well, they let us sleep in their bed because I think they were thinking like, this is their last kids, whatever. Yeah. We slept in their bed probably till we were in like 5th grade. I'm not kidding you. Yeah.
Are you being dead serious?
We wouldn't like sleep in their bed, but we would sleep on the floor in a pallet. Granted though, or side note, it was my dad's fault. He would traumatize us with scary movies. Chucky Doll. Do you know what the Chucky Doll is?
Yeah. They still have it, right? Or it might be a different one.
It's a different one. He bought another one because he thinks it's so funny.
It is funny.
He would put that. We're like in 3rd grade and we had a staircase in our house. We had like an upstairs. And that's where my room was. But I never, ever went upstairs by myself.
I can understand that though.
My dad put a Chucky doll at the top of the stairs to scare us. And after that, me and Drew were like, nope, never going up there.
It would like move too. Like it was a real one.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
No, it is the real Chucky.
Oh, I was like, what? It did not move. But my mom threw it away because she was so mad that my dad traumatized us. And my dad got it out of the trash can without my mom knowing and put it back inside. And my mom was so freaked out. Like, so it's his fault. Anyway, where I was going with that was we had a calendar. So
5th grade?
Yeah, we were pretty old.
That blows
Middle
my
school
mind.
Is when I was like, yeah, I should probably sleep in my own room.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my poor parents.
Was that like an every night thing?
We would sleep on the couch sometimes.
That's okay. Did we already talk about traditions yet, or is that later?
No, we'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
So on our fridge, so my other friend that I was talking about, like going through the backyard to go hang out with them, they also slept in their parents' room till they were older.
Yeah.
And so my parents and their parents came together and had like a calendar on the board. And for the nights that we didn't sleep in their room, we would put a smiley face. And if we got X amount of smiley faces, we got to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
For not sleeping in their room?
Yes. That's how they were trying to bribe us to not sleep in there anymore. Mom, am I getting that right? I'm pretty sure that's right. You unlocked that memory, and that's just what came to mind. We had like freaking smiley faces on the calendar.
I cannot believe that is real.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But
oh my gosh.
My parents let us, so you can...
5th grade, Madeline, that's like... Is that 10 years old? That's 10 years old.
No, that's like 11.
11?
I think we were, yeah, because you turned 12 in middle school.
Oh my gosh.
Babe. Yeah, I know. It's pretty bad.
That blows my mind.
Like I said, my poor parents, but my dad's fault.
Okay.
We were traumatized and scared.
Okay, so I just thought of this earlier. There's a question in here. Yeah. Any family traditions that you want to pass down? Do you have any?
We didn't really have like traditions besides like during Christmas time, we would all do a puzzle together and try to finish it before Christmas came. I feel like if we did that, we'd have to do like a 6,000 piece puzzle because I can knock out 1,000 really quick.
Or maybe you just maybe you don't do the whole puzzle.
Yeah, probably not. But I think that would be a cute idea.
I think if we do that, I want to do one. What?
I was seeing if my foot is in it, and I'm pretty sure it is. Dang it. Sorry, my foot's in the...
Okay.
I saw it go like that.
What were we talking about?
Traditions and puzzles. And
Yeah. I just want to do one. I just want to put one piece in, and then I'll let you guys do everything else. I can't do puzzles. I hate them, like with a passion. And I'm glad that you like to do them, because now whenever we go to my grandparents' house, I get to put one puzzle in, and then my grandma get to bond over puzzles.
Yeah.
I don't like puzzles. I hate them. Anyways, the tradition that I want to do every Friday night, my dad and I would blow up the air mattress and sleep out in the living room, watch movies. That's one thing that I want to do.
When did y'all stop doing that?
I was 17. No, I'm just kidding. No, I want to say I was probably 9 or 10 after we moved out of that house, the dairy. So yeah,
I never knew that was gonna be your last time.
No.
Your poor dad's probably bawling right now.
Yeah. But no, I want to do that, like, for sure with our kids.
Yeah, I think that'd be
Dad,
sweet.
if you ever want to do that again, just let me know. We can blow up there.
I hope he's not listening. That would be so cute one night. Surprise him. Come home and you have an air mattress.
I don't think I could follow through with that, because, like...
He'd be like, I want my actual bed.
I want my own bed.
Yeah. My back's going to hurt in the morning.
I don't want to have to like toss and turn on an air mattress, but it's like a cool father-son thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
So
maybe he can do that with our grandkids one day.
Yeah. And then another thing, my grandma has these bells. My mom's mom has these bells that you can ring. And so every time we would go over to her house, we would go grab these bells. She probably had like 20 bells, and we'd get to ring every one. And so that's cool. So if like we ever inherit those, I would love to do that. Set up
all the bells.
Yeah. Or we got to have kids now, so whenever we go over to my grandparents' house, they can do the bells there with them.
I did ring those bells.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
I told you. I remember I was like, yeah, we always got to ring these bells.
Yeah.
There were so many.
Yeah, I remember. I know what you're talking about now.
I think those are the only traditions that I can think of.
I'm sure we had a lot more, but right now, kind of like Christmas time too, we had an advent calendar, and whoever was first down the stairs got to put it. And so like on Christmas Day, we would all like try to get there first so we could put the star on the tree.
Yeah. And so what do you get if you put it on there?
Just got to say I put the star on. The last day of Christmas. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm sure there's plenty of other things.
Yeah.
Well, how long have we been recording for?
43 minutes.
Okay.
Also, what is your favorite electronic that no longer exists? That's another question. I know mine.
DSi. I mean, they're still around, but they're not as cool as they were compared to like nowadays electronics.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of this one, but it was like the coolest thing in the world. I remember it was something that my dad had for the dairy. It had like a stylus on it. You would flip it open, and it like, I think there was a calculator and there were some games on there, but I was like 7 years old, so I can't remember it all. But it was like the coolest thing, and I want to find one so bad, and I haven't been able to find one.
Your dad probably knows the name of it.
Yeah, I can't remember for the life of me.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of electronics, how old were you when you got your first phone?
Oh, I was 4th grade, and that's only because I begged and begged and begged for one.
I was in 6th grade.
So the same year.
Yeah, and it was you could slide up this way, and there was a keyboard on it.
I had a Pantech So it was actually like a touchscreen button. Like it was like illuminated. I'll put one up on the screen right now. Remember 4444. That's what I'll put it on. A Pantech. Super cool. It was all glass front. You got to push the numbers and then you slide it sideways, I think, and add a keyboard. Or maybe you get to slide it up. I don't know. So cool. And then I had like an LG phone, which is cool.
Drew had the LG phone that didn't even have a keyboard on it. It was all touchscreen.
Yeah.
But I wanted the actual slide up keyboard.
I had friends that had the Motorola Razr.
Yeah.
That one.
I actually still have my first phone.
I don't think we have ours.
Yeah, I still
anymore.
have it. It has the green zebra case
You know what?
on it.
I want to buy my first phone, like the Pantech. There's got to be a Pantech somewhere.
Definitely, somebody. It's probably on eBay.
I think that was like an AT&T exclusive phone
Really?
back then. I'm gonna look up Pantech because I can't remember like the actual name of it. It was that it? No, that's not it. Come on. No, I need to find this phone.
Yeah. So another question is, were you the smart type in school?
Up until 4th grade, I think. 4th or 5th grade is when I got my first B, and it killed me. Like I was devastated. I would say I was decent at school.
I was about to say, I think I wouldn't say I was smart. But I mean, I got the grades and I mainly did because I wanted to make my parents proud. So I would work like extra hard, but yeah, I would definitely not say I was like the smart kid, but I got my stuff done, got good grades. And, it was more of like, I wanted to be a people pleaser. I wanted my teacher to be proud of me. I wanted my parents to be proud of me. So I would, work hard. Yeah. I feel like I still do that. Like to this day, like I just want people to be proud of me.
Yeah,
Please just tell me you're proud of me.
You get a high off of like I like being nice and people like to other people because they're like, oh, you're so kind. That like makes my tail wag. Yeah, and, like if I'm a dog, like that's like the best thing that could ever happen. I like it when people tell me I'm a good boy. Yeah, it's like I get a high. I really do get a half of it. I found the phone, the Pantech Impact.
Nice.
I think you said one of your friends had this phone.
Oh yeah. That was
my first phone ever. I remember unboxing it and I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it was the craziest thing because my girlfriend at the time, 3rd grade, had a phone and I wanted to text her. I didn't text her that much.
Yeah.
It was only like, hey, what's up? Not much. What about you?
About to have dinner.
Cool. All right. Good night. Yeah. Like that was it.
I got to give my phone back to my parents.
And then, just the LG and that was it. But.
Nice. Do you have any embarrassing stories of you as a child?
I think I do, but I can't say one of them. But I do have some embarrassing stories. I can't think of some right now, but I do know of one right now that I literally cannot say at all.
Okay.
But what about you?
Later. So I.
Uh-oh.
Well, first off, the sleeping in my parents' room
that was really
pretty
embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
But again, it was not my fault, and nobody at school knew. If they knew, I would probably get, oh my gosh, so made fun of. But I think I've told you this story before. I love cats. I've always loved cats. That's been like my animal growing up, all of them, tigers, everything. Well, me and one of my friends wanted to play cats, and my mom, I can see her in our kitchen right now. I think you have told me about this. Yeah. She poured milk in a bowl, and like me and my friend are on all fours acting like cats.
How
like
old were you?
Yeah, we were probably like 7 or 8. Licking it up with our like tongues, acting like we were cats. Like that's so bad. That's so funny.
Yeah, that is not it. Like that is.
So I used to play cat, and I would be the cat. Like I would have my mom pet us, and like, dude, literally, we went all out. Oh my god!
Can't believe
speaking of that, my friend that her dad lived up here and her mom lived here, whatever. I'm sure there's pictures somewhere. We're in like 7th grade. and we put knee pads on, and either I walked her or she walked me, and we had knee pads on and leashes.
Oh my god.
I'm sure our neighbors were like, what are these girls doing? We were in like 7th grade. Like, we were old.
The kids that live out in our neighborhood now actually play outside and play football and like ride their bikes around.
Yeah.
You were playing cat.
Yeah.
You were on a leash outside.
No, okay. We were not 7th grade. Maybe we were and just thought it was funny. But we might have been, because I've known her since 3rd grade. So we might have been 5th grade, 6th grade. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So I loved being a cat. I still do. Actually, today I just told Steven I want to be a cat so bad.
Oh, because they get to sleep all day.
Yeah, Michael and Mia just chilling, sleeping. And I was
actually
like, hey.
isn't fair at all. They sleep 18 hours a day, and then we praise them.
Yeah,
like, oh, you guys are such good
that
cats.
They give us love.
You guys are so good. No, they sleep all day.
Yeah, like I was so envious because we had to get up, and I was like, hey guys, let's get up. And they didn't have to. What'd they have to go do? Nothing.
And they also don't speak English.
Yeah, they're probably sleeping right now. And
we're working. They are.
We're working to pay for their cat wall. Are you serious?
They don't even pay taxes.
Actually, Mia has been so lovey recently, so.
Dude, I really want this Pantech Impact, but she has been so lovey. Like, she's so good. But I want to buy this phone so bad.
I don't know what my phone was called. It was like is Logitech a thing? No, that's like computer.
Yeah.
What was it? I'll have
LG,
to look.
Motorola, BlackBerry.
It might have been a form of an LG. It was not BlackBerry and it was not Motorola.
LG was big back then.
Yeah, it might have been LG something.
Nokia?
No, it wasn't Nokia. I don't think we really have anything else.
Okay, if somebody has a Pantech Impact, I will buy it from you. So, like, DM me on Instagram.
Yeah.
I will buy it. I could probably find one on eBay.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna look up
5 of them for $70. Why would I need 10 of these for $127?
What grade would we have been in?
What?
When we got our phones.
I was 4th grade, 100%.
So what year is that?
How old are you? Like 9 or 10? 2009, 2010.
2009. Okay. I'm gonna do 2010 and see if I can find it.
Another thing that we were talking about earlier that we want to talk in a future episode is like how kids are on the internet all the time right now and have phones.
I just thought of something about our childhood too,
What?
how it's different.
What?
But you can keep going.
No, it doesn't matter. We'll talk about it in a different episode.
Okay. About how Camp Rock, we were talking about Camp Rock earlier. How we just recently talked about this, but our the calendar on our family fridge, I wrote on there about how Camp Rock was coming out, and I like took up an entire square and put like Camp Rock,
which is a no.
Yeah,
you don't write on the family calendar.
And my mom, that was like I didn't get in trouble, but I remember her being mad at me because I took up the entire square, and I think she needed to write like a doctor's appointment or something. She was like, this calendar is for doctor's appointments only and appointments and school functions. And yeah, I put Camp Rock was coming out because back then, nowadays, kids just have TVs in their room. Well, back then, we only had 2 TVs in our house, one in my parents' room and one in our living room.
Yep.
And so I basically had to rent out.
And a family computer.
Oh, yeah. I had to rent out our TV so I could watch Camp Rock when it came on Disney, because if I missed it, then we would go to school the next day and everybody would be talking about Camp Rock and I didn't know about it. So going back to how like you'd never seen Camp Rock because you had a brother growing up, Drew had to watch Camp Rock with me because that was the only thing that was on TV. You could watch on
TV.
Yeah, because I had to watch it on the family TV, which granted I could have watched it in my parents' room, but it's different. The living room, I could jump and sing. And
was way better than the parents' bedroom TV.
Yeah.
Because the living room, you had an open space to sit in the middle of the living room, dance, build forts out of the couch cushions, literally do whatever.
Yeah.
Do kids even build forts out of couch cushions anymore?
I'm sure they do. I didn't get
I bet they're always on that damn phone.
I didn't get my first TV in my room until I was 16.
Like, say, I was younger. I was 9, and it's because I got straight A's in 4th or
I don't think I really asked for one though.
I wanted one so bad.
But yeah.
That's why it killed me when I got my first B, is because I was working so hard to get straight A's to get a TV in my room. And I think my parents knew that it like crushed me that I didn't get straight A's. So they got me probably a 24-inch TV in my room. Mm. And I was like, I was freaking out. It was like the craziest thing ever. And I got to watch Phineas and Ferb on it.
Phineas and Ferb. Yeah. And then you saying the computer room.
I was just about to.
Like, we had a designated room that had the family computer.
I know my embarrassing story now.
Oh, no.
Had to do with the computer.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Now.
So we had a family computer. And I wanted my own. One day, I forget how I got the computer. Somehow I was gifted a computer from my parents. I had that computer for one day. You don't give a 10-year-old a computer.
A 10-year-old boy.
Yeah. I looked up boobs on YouTube. Did not know how to spell boobs. And that time, Fred was huge.
Really?
Fred, and I was not allowed to watch Fred anymore because it was so annoying. My parents were like...
I thought you were talking about your dog, Fred.
Oh. I did not have Fred then. Fred Figglehorn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Fred. That.
I was not allowed to watch Fred because he was so annoying. I could watch him somewhere else, but not at my house. It was not allowed because he's annoying. So I'm looking up inappropriate things on YouTube, and I hear my parents' door close. I guess they're walking over to mine. So I'm like freaking out, like start moving around to get my mouse. I put it up there, and I close it out. And back in the day, you don't close out a tab and it shuts off completely. Mm-hmm. Whenever you had to close out a tab, it would close, and from the bottom up, it would start slowly going away like that. And so after I'm done watching boobs on YouTube, that thing is slowly going up, and my dad was like, he saw the very top of it close out, like where the URL is, and he goes, "What are you doing?" Like, I was just watching Fred on YouTube.
And you weren't supposed to watch Fred.
I was not allowed to. And my dad was like,
"Let me see."
Okay. Next day I go to school. I come home and my computer is gone. And I'm like, "What is going on?" And my parents go, "We need to have a talk." Like, it was the worst thing ever. And I tried to blame it on somebody broke into our house and looked it up. I swear to you. I was like, I promise I didn't look that up. Somebody came in and looked it up on my computer. I did not do that. Yeah, freaking liar, dude. I'm a liar.
Your parents did not believe you.
And then I got an iPod a couple years later, and I got that taken away from me too for pretty much the exact same thing.
How did you not learn your lesson?
We got to talk about this in a future episode, but a corn addiction at 10 years old is the worst.
Babe.
I had an addiction for the longest time. At 10 years old, that's why you don't give kids electronics, because they will look that up.
And nowadays, a 7-year-old has a phone.
Yeah, that freaks me out. Yeah, I want to talk about kids having phones, coming from a person that does social media, coming from our perspective.
We already kind of did that, I thought.
I guess we did.
Yeah, we kind of talked about
how so scary.
We talked about bullying mainly. We didn't talk about like all the other
There's
stuff.
Like danger. It's like danger.
Yeah, I guess we could go into more of a different approach to it.
Yeah, I got in trouble a couple times.
Nice.
Anyways, do you have anything else on here?
No, I don't think so.
I'm starving.
I am too. I need to make dinner.
And we've already been here for 2 hours.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Oh, McDonald's sent us a gift card, right?
You know what is so funny? I was literally thinking, dang, I really wish we could just go to McDonald's.
We have gift cards.
We do have gift cards. So McDonald's sent us some gift cards because we had a TikTok that we did about them and it got like 4 million views.
Did it get 4 million views?
Heck yeah.
Are you serious? I thought it got like 100,000 views or something like that.
No, babe. I know. That's why I was sad that they only gave us $50. I was like, hello, we probably got you so much business.
I gotta see this. It actually got 4 million views.
4 million, like right there.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we gave them so much free publicity, and McDonald's is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they gave us $50. I'm just kidding. I am so grateful for that $50. I'm kidding, you guys. Please know I am just
They should have
joking.
gave us like $4 million.
I know.
Think about if every one of those viewers went after that
They
and
probably
got a
like,
McChicken.
oh, McDonald's fries sound so good right now.
Spend $1. We probably gave them $4 million.
Yeah.
I want $4 million in return.
Yeah.
At least $2 million in return.
It was super cool of them just to send us something.
Even send
in
us a
general.
letter too.
Yeah.
Thank you, McDonald's.
Yeah, we're just trolling. I
have
promise
a bone
you
to
guys.
pick with Chick-fil-A though.
Yeah, we have given them so much.
Everybody knows our story. Not everybody. So many people know our story about Chick-fil-A.
And people are like, every time I go to Chick-fil-A, I think of you guys. Like,
And we've even tried to reach out to Chick-fil-A and be like, hey, look, we want to work with you guys because we have an awesome story. Nothing.
silence. Radio
Boycott
silence.
Chick-fil-A.
Speaking of radio silence, we need to watch Radio Rebel.
Is that the one where she goes with her?
I think so.
Is that,
it's Debbie Ryan.
Debbie Ryan.
She goes,
I almost
I'm
said Charlie
Radio.
D'Amelio. Yeah.
I'm Radio Rebel.
Like,
No,
see,
I'm Radio Rebel.
I never watched that one.
Dude, that was such a good one. We have to watch that, especially because of those parts. I don't think she might do it in that. I can't remember.
I think it is because I've seen the meme of Debbie Ryan doing this. I'm pretty sure it's Radio Rebel.
Yeah, it might be. I don't remember that part specifically. I just remember the storyline, and it is very good.
I can't wait for us to watch it again and you'd be like, actually, like this is what I thought was good.
Yeah. It was another one of those like Camp Rock moments where I had to watch it.
Like, see, I just never had a lot of those. Oh, we have one more question. It was, what was our favorite game playing as a kid? That's what it was.
What kind of game?
Any game. Video game, board game, whatever, anything.
Oh my gosh.
I spent hours, like the most I've ever played video games, I'm pretty sure was like 8 to 12 hours long. And I was playing Skate 3 on the PlayStation. No, Skate 2 on the PlayStation 3.
We used to play, we actually didn't have a PlayStation 3. We had a PlayStation 2.
We had a PlayStation 2. My dad was like a huge PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
So he had the PlayStation 1 in college, and then he got the PlayStation 2, and then the PlayStation 3. And now he has a PlayStation 4.
Yeah. He
But
needs the 5.
I know he needs a 5 now. What are you doing, Dad?
We used to play the Nintendo 64 all the time.
My friends had N64s and GameCubes. We didn't.
I didn't have a GameCube. My other friends had a GameCube, but we had the Nintendo 64, and there was a Pokemon game on there. Best game ever.
Actually,
it was
Pokemon?
so much fun. Yeah. Well, it wasn't like playing, like you could play the Pokemon where you fight and battle and stuff, but there was like little mini games to it. And one that's specifically coming to my mind is like you would have to like catch eggs and like move and catch as many eggs as you could.
That just opened up a memory. There's this car. It was like on the Wii. Dude, we had Wiis, and then somebody broke our Wii. That was at our house. It was a house party. He was like Dance Revolution. The mat was plugged into the Wii, and somebody just walked in, brought the whole Wii down, broke it.
Oh no!
That was the last time we had a Wii. Wii Sports was awesome. Wii Sports Resort was also cool. But it was called Carnival Games. I'm pretty sure. If I show you the picture, yeah, that was crazy. And then there was like a Wario game. I was never big into like Mario or Luigi or any of that stuff.
See, I played Super Mario Bros. On the DSi or DS.
But there was
yeah.
But Wario, the Wario one was like, it was one where multiple people could play at the same time. And like, I'm trying to think, I don't know. It was a cool game. Lego games, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Star Wars.
Too. Yeah, me and my friends would play that a lot.
I played a lot of Star Wars games and Spider-Man games. And did I already say Star Wars?
I don't know. I remember playing on the PlayStation like Call of Duty Zombies.
Yeah.
It was
a
different. It was part of the actual Call of Duty game, but you could play like the zombies version.
They just
I don't know why I
make
played
Call
that.
of Duty games like they used to anymore.
Yeah.
They don't make it like they used to.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm hungry. Can we play? I'm hungry.
I think I want to stay here for another half hour.
Babe, no.
What else could we talk about?
I feel like we answered everything, actually.
I think we did too.
That we had to the side. I'm sure some things will come back to our mind, and I'm sorry, Mom, if you have... Like, oh, I didn't even talk about how I did dance. Like, our child... Like, there's so much stuff we could, like, talk about, like, how I grew up playing dance.
It's hard to sum up, like, 20 plus years of our lives into an hour.
Yeah, like, I think I did dance for 10 years. That was a big part of my life.
So you would dance and come home all stinky and then sleep in your parents' room?
Probably. I would sleep on the floor. Oh, my dad would trip over us all the time in the middle of the night. But
that's a hazard.
I think he did it on purpose.
So you guys would be like,
maybe we shouldn't sleep in here.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I would sleep on my dad's side on the
floor.
What
did your siblings think of that?
I don't know. Jared slept upstairs. Brandon lived at his dad's house. Jody and Sam lived at their mom's house. So it was like really just Jared at our house. And then Brandon, when he was a senior, he moved into our house.
Yeah.
But other than that, they lived, like Sam and Jody would come over during the weekend.
Yeah.
And then when Jody got old enough, like she stopped coming because I was so much younger.
Yeah.
Which we actually were talking about how like I'm so glad we're like super close now. Because like she's 30, I'm 24. So like there's a 6-year difference.
But once we're all mature and everything, 6-year difference isn't big at all.
Yeah, but when I was younger, like she didn't want to hang out with
12
her.
and 18?
Yeah.
That's a 6-year difference?
She didn't want to hang out with her.
No way.
12-year-old sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now me and Jody definitely have a really good relationship. We had a good relationship.
You guys talk like every day.
Yeah.
Everything. So.
We had a good relationship for being like the
6
same
years
dad
apart,
and her living at her mom's all the time. Yeah.
She helped you. That's something.
Oh yeah, she was who taught me how to shave my legs when I was in 3rd grade because I got called Chewbacca. So yeah. I have a lot of hair.
Which is okay.
It's dark hair. I shave my legs and it doesn't even look like I shaved them.
I'm going to say something, and I'm really proud of myself for saying this out loud. I used to believe, I'm not proud of this part.
I was like, what?
I used to believe women should not have hair anywhere except for their head. I've grown up from then.
What about their eyebrows and eyelashes?
Not allowed to have that. Actually, nowadays, no, shave the eyebrows. Yeah. That's really gross. No, yeah.
Now your wife is a hairy girl, and if we have a daughter,
and I really don't care because like everybody literally grows hair. It's like we're telling it's literally like telling you, oh no, you have to shave because you're a girl.
Dude, that's how girls feel.
That's
Some
how it
girls,
is.
They do shave
nowadays. It's not as bad.
Yeah, I shave when I want because of comfort. Like I don't like the prickly.
Like at night, like we'll be cuddling and Madeline's like, sorry if my legs are. I'm like, dude, I don't care. I do not care.
Yeah, but I'm hoping if we do have a girl, she gets your hair because Steven does not grow hair.
It's actually funny. I'll like shave part of my legs like up here. Like as you could tell, like my legs are not hairy really at all. So I'll like shave up like right here and then it's still not growing back. Like I'm not joking. I shaved this part like 6 months ago.
That irritates me so much.
Like if I were to shave my legs, it would probably take like a full year to go back to what it is now.
Yeah.
And so like I don't have any arm hair at all. I'm starting to get a little bit of facial hair. I shaved like 2 days ago, but I'll get some stubble. One thing that I hate is my neck beard. It's like right here. It's not even a beard. It's just like a bunch of stubble. Okay, I'm starving. I gotta go.
Yeah, me too. Sorry, guys.
Okay, thank you guys so much for listening or watching. If you guys want to check us out on Instagram, our links will be down in the description below. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Spotify, and also Anchor FM. I don't think we have anything else to say.
Thank you to everyone who commented I like pickles on a couple episodes ago.
That's true.
Love you. And I'm sure we'll talk more about our childhood in the future.
It'll
Little here
up.
and there,
It'll
stories that we think of. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed, and we hope to see you guys in our next episode.
Later.
Bye,
Bye, guys.